Welcome back. Joe, your awakening course takes us through 4 steps, and those 4 steps can change our lives incredibly. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Well, there's actually 4 stages, and there's several steps between each stage, but there's 4 stages, and people need to understand most people are born into a state of mind that can best be described as being a victim. And most people stay in that victimhood mentality almost till their death. Hopefully along the way comes something like a book. Could be The Attractor Factor, it could be the movie The Secret or the book The Secret, it could be any number of things, and they start to wake up to new power within them. And at that point they move into a second stage, which I'm going to call empowerment. And they start to realize, oh, I can attract things into my life. I can attract a new car, I can attract a new house, I can attract the relationship, wealth, fill in the blank, whatever they want. But at some point they realize it doesn't always work. They're not always attracting what they want. They are coming from a place of, well, if I'm attracting everything, what about the negative experiences in my life too? What about the car accident? What about the fact that I got laid off? Why am I divorced? Why am I bankrupt? They start to wonder, why are they attracting the negative as well? And I have to point out that they attract everything. The law of attraction says it's a law. It's not a feel-good principle that says you only attract the things that you dance around the streets because you're happy because you attracted it. You also attract the stuff that you're not so happy about. And you have to realize, why is that happening? Why are you attracting things that you don't particularly want? This goes back to the idea, and I explain it in the Awakening course, that you're attracting things based on your unconscious mind. Unconsciously, you have beliefs about self-destruction, about self-sabotage, about deservingness, about negativity. Unconsciously, you're absorbing messages about the environment from the media, from the government, from all different kinds of sources, which may or may not serve you. And as you live out those, you start to attract things that you later say, I didn't particularly want that. So in the second stage, at some point, you have to awaken from that, and you have to go into what I call surrender, which is the third stage you were talking about earlier. But how do you surrender? What do you surrender to? What are the little tools that you use within yourself? And I say there's 4 phrases you can use. One in particular is only 3 words. And if you start saying those, and I'm saying them in my mind right now as I talk to you, and I'm saying them right now to transform my own energy, to send out a signal from my heart based on love to your heart and to everybody else that may be watching. And all of this is to transform and to surrender to something bigger than me. To surrender to something bigger than my ego. Joe's ego can only see so far down the street and only has these little pipsqueak little dreams, but the universe, the higher power, whatever you want to call this bigger energy field, has more in store for me if I will allow it to give it to me. So that's stage 3, surrender. Stage 4 is the awakening itself. I have never talked about the awakening before. I have never written about the awakening before. You can go through all of my books. You can go through the movies I'm in. You can go through my audio programs, my DVDs. You can go through my website. You will not see any references to the awakening because I didn't know about it. As I've worked on myself, and again, as you know, Teresa, I went from homeless into poverty, into where I'm at now. How did I do that? I narrate all of this. I tell my story, even the tough stuff to confess in this program. I do it all to help you. I do it all to inspire you, to inform you, and to motivate you. And when I learned about the awakening, I was excited and I wanted to tell everybody else. So this program, again, it's all based on Einstein's very statement that you can't solve the problems that you have in your life based on the mentality you have right now. That's what created it. You have to transcend it. How do you transcend it? How do you awaken it? You have to go through the 4 stages in the awakening course. When you get to the awakening, that's when you lead this life of moment by moment awe. It's the best way I can describe it. It's magic and miracles. It's living on the escalator of life. And everybody looks at you and go, how did that happen? How did that person? How did they look at me?
What's that guy doing?
Yeah, so how did I go from homeless? I was on the streets. I slept on the steps of a post office. I slept in a church. How do I go from that to having this luxurious lifestyle and a car collection and starting a movement to end homelessness was what I'm doing next in this country. I'm moving on in my own life. How did I do that? You awaken. That's how you do that. And the Awakening course shows you how.
Joe, you know, money has become such an issue in people's lives. I almost feel like we treat it like a demigod. What are your words of wisdom as far as money and how to get out of debt?
Well, that's a great topic. I've had a love-hate relationship with money, and at this point, I love it. And I attract it mightily into my life, and I welcome it into my life, and I'm very grateful for it to be in my life. But at one point in my life, again, being homeless and being in poverty, I wanted money, but again, those unconscious beliefs in my own life were asking me to push it away because I felt it was bad. I've learned that money's neutral. Money is just paper or coin. There's nothing to it. We give it meaning, and that's a clue. We have to awaken to the meaning that we give it. If you give it good meaning like I do, I now like money. I think that's a useful tool. It's wonderful to have. So I'm giving it a very positive meaning. But if you're giving it a negative meaning, if you're saying that I want money, but I also don't want to have it in my life because it's going to corrupt me, you'll actually push it away. So you have to awaken to what you are giving meaning to when it comes to money. And in the Awakening course, I talk about this. I have a 5-step formula in the Awakening course for attracting money or anything else that you'd like to have. And it's very easy. It's very direct. Very simple, 5 steps. They're in the workbook that's in the course. I narrate them to you if you don't want to use the workbook. And there's a bonus CD in here called The Awakened Millionaire, which I think a lot of people will find fascinating because I talk about what does it take to be an awakened millionaire, what does that as a description, and how do you live your life where you have a good relationship with money so you're no longer pushing it away, but you're actually attracting it into your life. I cover all of that in the Awakening course.
Wonderful. Now, when we talk about money, relationships isn't far behind.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
How many of us argue with our loved ones over money and think that that's the issue?
Yeah.
And I know that's a little bit of a trick. Can you talk to us a little bit about relationships?
Well, that's good too, because your relationship with yourself, your relationship with money, your relationship with other people, these are all essential. You know, all the things that come to you in your life are going to come to you through other people. So if you don't have a good relationship with yourself to begin with, because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, everybody's going to know you're not very likable because you're not likable to you. And then after you clean up that, you want to have good relationships with other people. But what's an awakened relationship? I actually have a CD that's a bonus with the Awakening course where I talk about the awakened relationship. And sad to say, almost nobody has an awakened relationship. We have all these agreement type relationships, but they're not based on unconditional love. And I really think at the foundation of the course, of the whole Awakening course, the foundation of it, the foundation of the 4th stage, the foundation of your relationship to money, your foundation to the relationship with other people is all one word. It's love. And we don't all have that. The Awakening course is designed to get us to a state where we love ourselves, we love other people, and we do it unconditionally. This is a jump for most of us because, again, we have bargain relationships. We don't have loving relationships. We want to have an awakened relationship. And again, there's a bonus CD with the package called The Awakened Relationship.
I'm thinking of the naysayers.
Yeah.
What do you say to those naysayers? What do you say to those people who are out there who don't have the life they expected, who don't have those dreams? What do you say to them, Joe?
First of all, I feel for them. I feel for them because I've been there. I've gone through the struggle. I declared bankruptcy twice. I went through the homelessness, the poverty. I went through this whole long search of wanting to be an author and going through the decades-long experience of rejection after rejection. I was married for 20-some years. She has passed on. I've had to go through the grieving process. I know what it's like to suffer. I know what it's like to be in struggle, and I know what it's like to go past it. I'm speaking to the people who want to hear this. It's very easy to sit at home and say, that doesn't work. It's not going to work for me. If you're happy with your life and you're happy saying that, so be it. Go on with that road. But if you're sitting there and you're saying, I am not happy with my life and I am open to trying something new, then by God, get the Awakening course. Whether they go online, whether they call up the number that's on the screen, I don't care, but they have to take action. If they don't take action today, tomorrow's going to look a whole lot like today. If they're not happy today, they'll probably not be happy tomorrow. I'm on a mission to make a difference. The Awakening course, I've invested my heart, my soul, my money into this. I want people to get it because if they want to change, here's their chance.
Joe Vitale, best-selling author of The Attractor Factor and Zero Limits, whose speaking engagements and seminars are sellouts, who's been featured on covers of successful magazines, who's been seen on The Big Idea with Donnie Deutsch and Larry King Live, and who's been featured in the movie and book The Secret, is now bringing his new program, The Awakening Course, direct to you on this first-time special TV offer. This could be the most important step you ever take to get control of every part of your life. Whether it's money, love, a successful relationship, or financial freedom, Joe and his Awakening course will teach you in just a very short time how to love and enjoy your life even more. With the Awakening course, you will receive the lessons on easy-to-listen to CDs, a simple-to-follow inspired action workbook, and the DVD of the Awakening course live. And by acting now, you will receive 2 extra special bonus CDs, The Awakened Relationship and The Awakened Millionaire. The entire Awakening course is yours for only $89.95. Turn your fears into personal power and life change. Get inspired. Pick up the phone and call, or even easier, go online to order. But order right now. Joe is so confident that the Awakening course will change your life so dramatically that he is now offering free shipping. The entire Awakening course, plus bonus CDs, free shipping, and a 30-day money-back guarantee make this the easiest decision you ever have to make. Be happy today. Order now.